What's going on, everybody? Welcome. It's been a while. My first stream, I think of, well, at least probably the first half of 2024. Um, anyway, so I'm back, and hold on for a second. Yeah, so I'm back. Everything. Well, it's a long story. I don't even know where to start, but I've been busy. I think we've all been busy. Work. I also do stuff. I don't think I've ever told you guys. I do stuff on the side for the kind of run my own site, nonprofit kind of thing, and it's called StateDefenseForce.com. So if you guys are not familiar with this. So the way the military structure works, right, is you have the U.S. active forces, right? So you have U.S. Marine Corps active duty, Army active duty, Navy active duty, and so on, right? Air Force, Space Force now. And then you have the reserve elements. I would say probably the Army and Air National Guard are probably the most active reserve, especially since 2001, where the National Guard was more of a they were supposed to be a strategic reserve. If you guys don't know what that means, it basically means if we ever in a world war, the National Guard would have been called up to fight World War, like World War One, World War Two. 9/11 changed things. The U.S. military realized they needed the 500,000 soldiers that the Army National Guard had. Excuse me. And if you guys are not familiar, the Army National Guard is the only combat-oriented reserve force. And what I mean by that is, like, if you go to the Marine Corps Reserve, jeez, I've been talking for so long that it's U.S. Navy Reserve, U.S. Air Force Reserve, all those, they're support elements. And what I mean by that is, like, if you go into the Marine Corps Reserve, Army Reserve, you'll see medical units, logistics units, supply units, doctors, things like that. The Army National Guard and Air National Guard have combat-oriented units. So you will see tanks in the U.S. Army National Guard. You will see combat infantry, 11 Bravos, right? You will see Green Berets in the National Guard, and they're fully certified the same way as the U.S. Army is. The other reserve branches don't have combat-oriented forces, right? So they'll have reserve support forces, medical, logistics, as I said. So that's the National Guard. And then the reserve, like I was just speaking, the reserve basically has, in essence, those support detachments. So if, I don't know, let's say the 3rd Infantry Division is deploying to Ukraine, well, Poland, right? And they're deploying over there, but they need 2 medical units to help them with their deployment. They need 4 logistics units. They will pull from the U.S. Army Reserve, and then some from the Army National Guard, because the Army National Guard has reserve support units too. And then, so you got active duty, National Guard, Reserve, and then below them you have State Guard / State Defense Force. And what those are basically National Guard Reserve. They were created somewhere around, most of them were created around 1917, where World War I began. And the reason they were created was because the whole National Guard was deploying to World War I to Europe, and all the states were like, you just took all the soldiers out of the state. Like, what are we going to do? Like, there's a hurricane, there are riots, there's, military bases that need to be manned, all this stuff. So they created what they called Home Guards, the predecessor to the State Guard. And these Home Guards basically did the duties of the National Guard while the National Guard was overseas. And for the next century, they played on and off. So when the National Guard came back, State Guard got deactivated. World War II came on. National Guard deployed out. State Guard was reactivated. World War II ended. State Guard was stood down. National Guard came back online. Korean War, same thing, and then so on and so on. Somewhere around the Korean War, though, a lot of states were like, okay, this is going to get crazy. We're turning these guys, we're deactivating them, turning them back on, reactivating them. So a lot of states decided to keep them as active, just in case the next World War breaks out. They actually have them ready to go. And they've been facilitating that need since a number of them since the Korean War. And so I manage this website focusing on the State Defense Forces. And the difference between the National Guard and the State Guard, there are a few. So the State Guard basically has the same 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year. They are under the same military rules and regulations as the National Guard. So if you're in the State Guard and you go AWOL, not a good idea. Things like that. So, but your commander-in-chief is not the president in the State Guard. It's the governor. The whole point of the State Guard was that they cannot be deployed overseas. Now, there have been situations in history where the State Guard was deployed out of the state and in some cases out of the country to support U.S. military forces, but that's on a volunteer and the governor has to issue that order. Anyway, so I've run this website. It basically covers the what the State Guard has been up to. Actually, I've been running this site for, I know the archives go all the way back to like 2015, but technically it goes back to 2004, and it was under another name, Home Guard Armory. But it's basically a nonprofit. We work with like State Guards throughout the country. We do interviews with them, with the commanding generals. I also interview National Guard generals, and how the National Guard and State Guard do joint task force missions, things like that. It's really cool. I really like it. It's one of those things that I get to kind of see what's what's going on, in terms of like what each state's doing. Like California, State Guard and National Guard have been fighting wildfires. The South Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia Defense Forces or State Guard. They have been responding to Hurricane Milton and Hurricane Helene. So I've been posting literally almost like every day, and I do interviews and stuff like that. And the reason I'm telling you this is literally occupies most of my off time, right? So a lot of times this, but also like. I have work. My work has just been getting harder the last year. We got bought out by another company. And the company that bought us out, their IT department, I do IT, their IT department is in India and the Philippines. So I don't know if I'm hoping to have a job by summer. And then we're transitioning everybody from my company to this new company. So it's just been crazy. As you can see, I'm in a little bit different space than I normally am. I put a condo in Norfolk, back in Norfolk, baby. I bought a condo in Norfolk from Virginia Beach. I'm paying mortgage instead of rent, which is good because my rent was just going up nonstop. And I know I've been missing all this news that's been going on, and I feel bad because, I've been missing the news, so I've been missing, big stuff that's been going on. So one good example is Burden of Command came out with a demo, and there's a lot of other stuff that's been happening. I'm going to hit play here in about a second, but I just basically want to give you guys a heads up of what's been going on. It's been kind of crazy. Health, has in and out. I've been kind of trying to stay healthy, but between work and everything, and it's been a lot. So I haven't been able to get to gaming. I don't even remember the last time I played anything was at least a month or two ago, pretty much. And anything live stream was, I can't even begin. I don't even know where. So it's been a minute. I do notice that the live stream is a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right. So I'm back. Hopefully, going to stream at least, a few times a week. I do want to catch up on these games. Burden of Command. I can't believe I missed a demo and release, I think, a few weeks ago. And then there's Sea Power, which is another game I've been waiting for. But it's really hard because we're in a big. You have the game development, which I love, right? But then you also have, I work with, the National Guard, the State Guard, the National Guard. I try to work with the National Guard Bureau, the Department of Defense. I reach out to multiple generals, colonels, Army National Guard, professors from military, U.S. military colleges, to do interviews, to, see what's going on with active duty missions, the even working with the U.S. Congressional Research Agency to draft new legislation. So there's been a lot going on. And I'll go deeper into like the statedefenseforce.com stuff later. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up of what I've been doing, why I've been MIA. So, but if you're ever interested in joining, right, doing some kind of, because believe it or not, like the U.S. military is in need of bodies. State Guard is a really great way to serve. You're basically not every state has a state guard. So California, Washington, Alaska, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, Connecticut, Maryland, New York, Vermont. A lot of these states have state guards. They're not civilian forces. They are military forces according to the state. So they're on the, like I said, same UCMJ as the National Guard, the state version of it. And 1 week a month, 2 weeks a year, no deployment out of the state unless the governor authorizes it, which I can tell you 99.9% of the time they won't, you know. And anyway, that's a whole different thing for another day. Anyway, let's start with burden of command. I hope the audio is right. What is going on? That's what's going on here. I hope debug. That's new. Okay. It's running on this side. All right, how do I move this? So I might have to actually stop the stream and then move it to that side because it's I don't know why it's, and I can't hear anything because I don't have headsets. So this hasn't been the best. So if you hear the music, I can't hear the music because I didn't connect my headset, and my headset somewhere in all boxes and stuff. But this is strange. App has lost focus. App focused. Full clear. App gain focus. Interesting. I've never seen this when you launch a game. I'm assuming this is running the background code. I don't know why it ran like that, but interesting. Again, it's a test release candidate. There you go. The only question is how the heck do I move it? Bloody. Let's see if I could switch the display to this one. Yeah, holla. I figured that out, I think. Let me just double check on my on this side here. There you go. How about that? All right, so you get one campaign. I'm gonna lose the music. I can't believe I'm gonna not be able to hear the music. Cotton Baler's demo. Okay. You know what's kind of crazy when you look at this, right? This game has been in development for years at this point, right? Sergeant Grant, Lieutenant Denver, Lieutenant Stern, Lieutenant Wilson. It just makes you realize like how much of an effort like building a game is. Like so many years, and you know, like it's a lot of work. You can tell like they put a lot of work in there, but you know, this developer, you know, incredible developer, by the way, very motivated. I had multiple interviews with him. September 24th, 1942. Hopefully this is more text than music. Well, occasionally showed disturbing images of graph. Okay, cool. I feel like I'm missing out on the music. I just don't know I think I know where like one headset is, and it's like in pieces, so I can't hear anything. I thought my monitors will have some internal sound. So you're hearing it better than me. How about you guys translate for me? Put it in the chat. But by the way, the desk in the background is my wife's. So my kids and my wife will probably be home in like, I don't know, like 40 minutes. It's my life. Can I skip that? There we go. All right, Camp Pickett. I'm trying to remember if that's still around. Camp Pickett, morning dew dribbles down the bright leaves of the forest. I like that. Okay, ahead, Platoon Sergeant Bennett leads the way beneath the canopy. That should be the hill, he notes, and gestures toward the rise to the east. Bit of a walk, but we're close. On his back is slung the standard issue American M1 rifle, a near twin to your own. Okay. So he's my platoon sergeant. This is a staff sergeant, sergeant first class. I know these little things don't mean much. Sergeant first class, you know, things like that, but it does to me. Okay. You said that 10 miles ago, Sergeant. I'll take another compass bearing. It sounds like he knows where he's going. Okay. I do like that they put quotes on, like, and then the stuff that you're doing action is like, I don't know, maybe they should put like, because I'm observant, so I know some people are just gonna be like hightailing it into this, right? So like maybe they should put like action here, action, and then I don't know, maybe something saying, you know, like quote or whatever, because like these are two actions, and then that's saying something. It sounds like he knows where he's going. Okay, so I'm gonna write that. There's no reason to second guess him. If a man can't admit he's wrong when he's definitely wrong, then there's not much of a leader. And after all, Sergeant Bennett has been in the Army since before the big draft in 40. He knows his way around. Okay. And I'm a recently commissioned lieutenant. Background sets regular Army prestige +1. Okay, cool. So that basically sets like your qualifications. America has been practicing your trade in America's peacetime army since before the Germans and Japanese tried to light the world on fire. U.S. has yet to send many divisions. U.S. has yet to send many divisions. So that means, are there divisions overseas? I'm assuming they're talking about Philippines. I doubt there are divisions in. Wait, when does this take start? But it is only a matter of time. They probably have like maybe. Is this starting in like 1941? And by the way, if you guys are not, noticing that this is very eerie of Band of Brothers, right? Like, you know, remember they were in Georgia, and, you know, they were doing that run up to the mountains and stuff like that, and they were doing these, I don't know, trainings in the bush. This kind of reminds me of that. Can I skip that? Yes. U.S. Army will go to war. It will go to war in earnest soon. As an officer, your duty will be to lead the men of your platoon. You just have to find them first. Move over the book icons for history and image notes. Okay, cool. I like that. All right. Now, if I right-click, how do I deselect the unit? Wait, escape? Yeah. Okay. Right-click to move the leader here. I'm assuming right-click. Nice. Okay, cool. I wish I could hear the music and the audio. The gray circle that you saw float up indicated the expenditure of an order. Ah, okay. Every unit has something you can't do. Others are spent to move a unit. Okay. Left click to select the unit. Have them move here. It's a good view, good enough to see a few stragglers from your first platoon. Looks like Kitchen Patrol is still on their way to the obstacle course. Sergeant Bennett notes, and if we let them dog things, they'll never get there before dinner. Wave them forward. Come on, boys, follow me. I do like that there's like these tutorial videos, and I can't hear anything because again the music. Let's see if there's like some headphones around. Oh wait, I know where there's a pair of headphones, but I really didn't do a full setup here. I have my tower underneath. I have two displays now. Displays. I'm making money here. I'm joking. My last company let me keep these two monitors. They're like, yeah, keep them. We don't need them. Hoping my current company, if they do let me go, they're like, yeah, keep the monitors. Forget about it, you know? You wave them forward, and conditioned by training, you obey. A squad must be activated to utilize their own orders. A leader will spend an order to activate a squad when the squad initially shoots moves. Once the squad has been activated, they have enough direction that they can expend 2 or even 3 orders without requiring further. Okay. Ah. So, okay. Let's see what that does. Go for double time, Lieutenant! Sergeant Bennett asks. Is this like a loading screen? I keep seeing this. Oh no, this is a tutorial. Alright. Okay, so... Alright, I see what happened. So that pip went down. So you see these 3 green pips? Once I, like, these... So these 3 pips, I think he had 3 of them, and it dropped one down. I think he had 2, and it dropped 1. That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go out. Oh, see, they can share the same hex. Nice. Okay, cool. I like that. I'm trying to see if my headphones could actually. Yeah, they might be able to. All right, I'm gonna try it out here. I think I know where a headset is, because I think I'm missing some really important stuff. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright, so I got a headphone here. Let's see if this works. The Apple ones are a little short. No, it's not too bad. These are the old school Apple ones. And I'm hoping it works. Alright, let me test it out here. Let me minimize this. I know I can't minimize it. Alright, let me put up settings. Give me 1 sec, guys. I want to try this out because I feel like I'm missing like a lot of this stuff. Here, let me. No. Nah, I'm not able to hear it. Maybe it's this one. I think that worked. These things are like freaking a century old. You guys remember these old ones, man? Look at this. These are from like the iPod days. iPod, man. I like keeping stuff, especially for stuff like this. My input's not selected? No, it's not. Alright, whatever. I can't hear still. Hey there, Sergeant Bennett notes and Sergeant Layton, no relation. Why would I think there's a relation? Layton and Bennett. And his kitchen patrol reaches summit. Layton, can you see the obstacle course from here? Breathless Sergeant Layton nods. In the affirmative, his fellow spud peelers are all but ready to drop. Only if they were in better shape. Yeah, I can't hear anything still. So this is basically like just but first you'll have to detach from Layton's squad. Okay. The first left click of a hex selects both units in it. A second left click, okay, of the squad below will select that unit. Do not follow Luke's example in the video, and instead rebel and left click leader repeatedly until you. Okay. Yeah, I still can't hear anything. Windows, man, I'm telling you, I do IT, and Windows is like my primary OS. And I know a lot of gamers are like, oh man, Windows is the best, man. Windows is the best. I don't like Windows, man. I can tell you, somebody who worked at Microsoft, a lot of people at Microsoft don't like Windows. Yeah, it's not working. All right, left click the leader portrait repeatedly until leader is highlighted. Okay. Right click to move the leader there. Move the leader here if you can. You drag lateness, get control. But the obstacle course is the future and not Felix, so you follow Luke's example and drag when you want to separate it. Okay, I thought I had it selected because the little thing, whatever. You can likewise separate it. Okay. Oh, what was that? I can't hear any of that, so I'm just gonna skip it. Down by the stream. Alright, down by the stream, let's take a breather. Sergeant Bennett suggests, but we're almost there. At this point, your leader should be out of orders. 3 to move your leader. 1 to activate the KP squad. The KP squad itself moves twice. The normal amount for a green rifle squad. Orders refresh at the start of a new game turn. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is, and I think this is where they spent most of their time building this game, is like you have so many different avenues. And what I mean by that is like so many different branches, right? So like the first 3, right, choices that you have, right? Then you have 3 more for each branch, right? So there's 3 from here. And then once you get 3 there, each of those 3 has 3. So like the amount of text multiplies by just like craziness. So by them doing this, it's a lot. Can you imagine having somebody vocalize this? I mean, they'll be just in front of the microphone all day, be like, and Sergeant Layton did this, and Sergeant Bennett did that, you know. Everything important in burning command costs an order. Once move in the order. Once move a squad leader pays an order to activate the squad, then the squad expends. It has like a board game feel to it almost. Since there are currently no enemy units around, just pass the round until a new game turn begins. Okay. So when it said like highlight the unit, right? So I'm left clicking, right? And obviously now it has it highlighted, right? But it doesn't look, on this menu, it doesn't look like it's highlighted. If I go like this, okay. But if I go like this, no insufficient orders. Okay. I do like the GUI though. Like it's clean, right? So you got leader, and you got the 5 commands here, and you got squad, and I got 7. And then they even give you like, they map it to keys on the keyboard. So B, R, P. So you know you could just, you know, if you're one of those crazy gamers, you know. Okay, mission draw, mission. Okay, leader, squad. Okay, and then what is this? Line of sight tools. Okay, I like that. Unit bases. I don't see any. Okay. And I'm assuming when the game gets fully on, there'll be a mini map. I'm hoping there's a mini map because, like, you could tell that this might get big. All right. Turns left 4. The forest ends. At least you have you spy a hint of civilization, a little wooden bridge that crosses a gully and low wooden wall behind it. The clearing should be just ahead, Lieutenant. Bennett calls back to you. A movement order can span a single hex or 4, but the order cost remains the same. Okay. I'm glad they put everything in text for people that did not connect their headphones. Thank you. Move your leader here. Okay. So I'm going to try this again. So I selected him. Right click. Okay. There's a figure waiting in the lee of that wall, fellow officer with the silver bars of a captain upon his collar and a dreaded clipboard in hand. A dreaded clipboard. You're nearly late, Lieutenant. The field Empire notes as he regards you. The pencil in his graph has doomed plenty of officers to obscurity with a swift judgment. Those captain bars? I think those are lieutenant bars. I don't know. No excuse, sir. Subtle, Sergeant Subtle lets out a rather less than subtle call. The field umpire stares at you at a long moment, waiting for your deliberately forgotten salute. Oh. Okay. I do like. All right, so I gotta admit, just like little things like that. I said, no excuse, sir, right? But obviously, when you go up to a captain, right, and you're lower rank, you gotta, do this until he returns the salute, and then you can respond. I should know this, right? For you guys in the military that are active duty right now, you probably would have caught that. I didn't, but whatever. When he gives you before your return, that is the correct reply. He notes. Remain silent. He certainly is setting the tone here. Oh, check this out. It gives you like I don't know if you guys saw the little pop up that came up before I clicked it. Right, I had like a little pop up over one of these things. Today you will undertake a leadership exercise consisting of no list and 3 separate field problems. Field Empire says, you and your men will be assessed based on outcomes including both objective achieved and casualty sustained. Ooh. You will take command of your rifle squad and we will proceed. Any questions? Ooh. What is the mission for this? Ooh, I like that. Okay. We'll get to that shortly. Field Empire says, there'll like be surprises. Certain brilliant remarks thoughtfully to you. Where's my run? No more questions. Is this a live fire exercise? No. There may be the occasional live fire round fired safely for effect, but otherwise no unit is in possession of live rounds. Budget constraints. Okay. We're only in the United States. We only have billions and billions of dollars. Let me donate. That's all my questions. I know what they're gonna say to my rifle squad. Rifle squad's right behind you. The people that peel the potato. We just need to find the squad. Sergeant Bennett says. Doubt we'll need to figure out a few more waypoints on the map to figure out where they're at. Either way, the squad is not far. Oh, okay. So I actually get a different squad. But this is an exercise. That in mind, you lead the way. All right. The men don't. Finish exercise before turn 4. Try not to get anyone killed. The mission, finished exercise before turn. Okay. So, alright, select your leader and move to here. Okay. I do like some of the, so that's an actual, I think, photo from World War II, colorized. Alright, so, right click. Oh, bam! The field empire calls out from behind you as you move. Lieutenant Epstein, you moved over open ground where snipes could see you. That's potentially fatal risk to take, and a dead leader is no help to anyone. Unless you've got good reason to avoid while making cover, you might as well make an effort to not get shot. Right, waypoints. Okay. Cover quickly and safely can apparently be different things. He's right, Lieutenant. There's no point polishing a Sergeant Stacks. Best get moving before someone decides to get shot again. We get shot again. Okay. The Empire's preferred waypoint. All right. So how do you make waypoints? Maybe I should have paid attention to that. That would probably have been good, right? Lieutenant, you are relieved from sniper call. The Empire says, continue with exercise. Our squad looks beat, Sergeant Bennett says. It's true. By all appearances, they can't possibly take another step. Some might say their morale is low. Right now, it's okay. YouTube's gonna knock me out for that one. Like they've been suppressed by enemy fire, but they don't have to say that way now, do they, Lieutenant? Trying to do like a southern accent. Okay. And do you see? Like, as you hover over, it gives you directness. -1 directness is one of 3 character traits. It reflects the approach of a leader to problems, subtle or otherwise. Directness does not impact the tactical battlefield, but may add personalization to conversations. Okay. Okay, I like that. Verbosity. Verbosity is one of the 3 character traits. It reflects how much of a leader likes to talk. Does not impact the tactical battle, but okay. Directness. So directness is one of and so I just got verbosity. This is another trait I'm missing here. All right. They will obey my commands. All right, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be like, you always got to rely on your NCOs. In the military, you always got to rely on your NCOs. All right, morale is censored. Good morale. Firefights 50-50, you win. Full orders. Cool. Movement normal, you will pass most morale checks. Moderate morale shaken. Enemy likely to win. Orders. You could see the difference. Okay, that's really cool. I like this. Dude, I'm telling you, the developers put a lot of work into this. A lot of work into this. Movement reduced towards enemy. So, toward enemy, it's reduced, so you can see the difference. This is cool. Guys, you got to give props. You fail most morale checks. Bad morale, cowering. Oh, this thing, I didn't want to stop. Ugh. Go back. Okay, I can't hear what it's saying. I'm assuming it's saying something important. And this is like part 1 of the demo. I'm going to do it again because I can't hear what's bloody going on. I figured this thing would... I don't know. I plugged it into the bloody tower. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I know some of you guys are going to say, it's just like, dude, I'm prepared. But let me tell you something. When I have, and I know some of you guys are going to hate me for this, when you have an iMac, you don't have to worry about that stuff, right? I have AirPods, right? And normally I'll just put an AirPod. If I don't have AirPods, the iMac has speakers, you know? So, like, I always am covered on all my bases. Just when I have a Windows PC, not so much. All right, let's skip that. You guys can listen to it. I can't hear a darn thing. There's no subtitles. All right. All right, so that's what I was going over. Firefights, bad morale, cowering. Enemy will win regardless. 1 order, no movement toward enemy, fail morale checks. Time to rally. Okay. Okay, it must be fresh. No suppression. Squad has expended an order. So that's suppressed. Dude, I gotta give it props. Like, when you're designing a game, it's hard to kind of like figure out, like, how do I represent this? How do I represent that? How do I represent that they're tired, right? And this is simple. Like, honestly, like, 2 pips and green. I know they're good to go. 1 pip means they're somewhat what expended, right? This obviously means that they're in some kind of distress, like, you're trying to gun it at the light, it's like gun it, squad has expended, obviously, gray/black, a good sign. All right, to rally, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Your men want guidance and leadership, and that's why you're here with them. Most leaders must be grouped up with the squad to utilize certain orders. A captain would be exception to that, but do not worry about this right now because all you currently have is a single LT. Select the squad, then rally the leader and the squad. Well, select the leader, then rally the leader and the squad. This consumes 1 leader order to activate the squad and all squad orders to rally. Okay. So this is... Now, one thing I would like, and I do notice. So, like, as I move over, right? Now, it's telling me right here what that's going to do, right? But if I am gung-ho and I just want to, like, go right into the game and not do a tutorial, right? I would like it, and I knew... A lot of games do this. When you go over a button, a little dialogue box pops up underneath saying, rally, or if you go over here and I don't know what, oh, there it goes. All right, so it does have that, just not for this one. Okay. Dang, man, the developer's thinking about all these things. You could tell when the developers put in time and effort, right? I watch a lot of game reviews, and I've reviewed a lot of games, and you can tell when a developer's just like rushing and when a developer cares, right? All right. Right click the squad to enact. Hold down the Alt key while moving. I'm just gonna click that. Does that work? Did that work? Select the leader. Okay. Rally! Okay. That did the trick. Sergeant Bennett says, once we're organized, we can get with this exercise. The field umpire tilts his head doubtfully. The men will be ready, but the question is, ready for what? Okay, time is passing. The umpire holds up a white flag for his opposite number across the field to say, ooh. A wave of blue flags are exchanged. The exercise will shortly resume. So long as either side has a leader with an order, the turn won't end. Unless both sides pass their round without... I really like this, man. I really do, man. All right, so green dot order available, obviously. Gray dot order expended. Yeah, any solid square, morale... Any solid square, morale point. Empty gray square, suppression. Okay. And red is stress. Ah. Interesting. I like this. Okay. Easy to understand. 3 morale is 30%. Okay. 12 morale is 120%. So that'll be what? 3, 5, that's 10. So that'll be 12. If I have that, I'll have 120%. So right now, what? 3 morale is 30%. So is that 40, 50, somewhere around there? Now, like I said, I noticed like they're doing a bit of what do you call it? Like influencing like some of the board game aspects into this game, right? Like I feel honestly like I'm at a board game and somebody's explaining the rules to me, and I like and it's simple to understand. I can tell you, I was at like MarsCon earlier this year, and you know, like one thing that sucks is like when you're at like a board game festival and you got to spend like an hour to kind of like understand the rules, right? And like, hey, let's play this game, War of the Ring. Okay, well, give me about 2-3 hours. For what? Because I gotta read the rules. Okay, we'll go back there and get drunk. We'll let you know when we're done, kind of thing. All right, it's end the turn repeatedly to end the turn. Each game turn is broken up to alternating. Okay, so let's do that. Oh, is that a French Vichy flag? So I'm assuming somebody's here. Okay. Turns left 3. You are ready. The men are ready. The enemy is likely ready. The enemy had a round to activate units, but did nothing with it. Ooh. Wonder what the clipboard wants to happen next. The Sergeant Bennett asked quietly. As if on cue, the field umpire clears his throat. All right, Lieutenant Epstein. The enemy squad is in that house. I figured because it had the French Vichy flag. He says, and he ignores Bennett as he points. You can hear the clockwork tick of his watch, faint but steady. Deploy your men and take them under fire. And remember, this exercise is timed. I'm trying to do like a real Uber accent. I don't know. This will be a tough one. Squad versus squad, even numbers. Ooh, yeah. Indeed, that should concern you. The field umpire remarks, we do not want to refight the last war. So, give you a heads up. Squad against squad is not good for the attacker, right? You always need 3-to-1 odds when you're doing an offensive. So, not good. Movement in the trees. Movement in the trees. A dozen men or more in olive drab working their way closer. These are your men, sweaty and dusty in the obstacle course, and at the back is Sergeant Grant urging the stragglers along. Favor the men. Oh, damn it. I did favor the mission accidentally. Sure, Lieutenant. They'll always act dog-tired after a little sweat. Looking fresh in sweat is as bad as volunteering for anything, but give them a good reason to move, and Grant will get them in gear. I trained him myself. The platoon is getting together, if not precisely formed up in the best position. While you ponder that fact, the umpire watch continues to tick. Let's bolster their spirits, Sergeant Bennett says. That always boosts morale, though it doesn't last for long, but maybe it will adjust long enough for what... Ooh, this sounds like something interesting. Okay, reachable hexes without bolster. Okay, and then reachable hexes with bolster. Okay. So there's a special thing that you can do to bolster your men. Why bolster? Oh, I can't hear... Trying to see if there's any headsets. I have my AirPods, but it's Windows, so that's not gonna work. I have my AirPods Max. Again, it's not gonna work with Windows. All right, I'm just gonna have to take your word for it because I can't hear. Bolster and provide blah blah blah. Okay, cool. I like that. All right, bolster the leader and squad. All right. I'm just going through these because I'm very curious. Ooh, there's support. Calling artillery air support. Ooh, I like that. Now, my mind is just already like jumping to conclusions. Now, my question is like, can I create my own scenarios, right? Is there going to be like dozens of handmade, fan-made scenarios? My mind's going in tangents. Creep. Ooh, there's a creep. Assault. There is a recon by fire. Hold fire. Change facing. Cool. Okay. Creep. Rest. And take command captain. Ooh. Alright, the button will consume 1 liter. Okay, let's do that. So click on that and then right click it, right? Bolster. We're ready. Sergeant Bennett says we're 2 lieutenants. Should we have Grant march down or go ahead? Oh, not unless you're prepared to do what you can. Okay. Ooh. So, I'm kind of curious. When I do things like... So, I'm assuming this selects that unit. Okay, I see. So, this guy... And then... Those 2 are selected. Can I select all 3 of them? No. How about if I hold control? No. Alright. So... I like tutorials, don't get me wrong, right? But I don't like my hand being held everywhere. Okay. Bolster this, move this bolter leader and squad, move this squad with waypoints. Detach leader, then move to rally this squad and a question mark. Move this squad with waypoints. Alright, so finally I get to make a decision. Alright. So they're gonna be here, right? These are perfect like ambush site, right? So you got I guarantee you there's at least a squad there. And you can tell, ooh, check this out. If you click on this, it tells you their line of sight. So they can see all the way up to this hill. And they can even see past these trees. But these guys can see past these trees. Dude, I love this developer, man. Little things. You gotta appreciate the little things, man. Because, like, I can't tell you how many games that I saw there, like, and there's a few. And some of them are on Steam. That I've played and I think bought, where like the developer just put units on the map and put like defense and attack values on the thing and is like, go ahead, right? But here the developer did little things like if you click here it tells you where the line of sight, click here it tells you the line of sight. I like that stuff, man. And if I click this it tells me where they'll be able to go. So let me escape. One thing I do wish is like when I click this and I would like right click outside the board, it would deselect the unit. That's, I mean, it's a little thing, but whatever. All right. All right. What if, hold on, check this out. What if I come over here and use these hedgerows? I'm assuming this is going to provide some kind of defensive value. Even though they can see me, right? There's some hedgerows here. And trees. And I'm assuming I can provide some crossfire. The only problem is, like, do you see this empty field? This is like Pickett's Charge. This is like Pickett's Charge. Check this out. If you have a unit here, right? And then you have one fence, and you have another fence. By the way, if you ever go to Gettysburg, there's 2 fences. So everybody keeps thinking when you go to Gettysburg, you just have one fence. No, there's actually 2 fences between that and Cemetery Ridge. So you have a fence here, you have a fence here, and you have a lot of open ground. This is not going to be good. Unless I go around the flank like that, which is not going to happen. So what we're going to have to do is do suppressing fire. One unit here providing suppressing fire, maybe another unit here providing suppressing fire, and another unit crossing this way, maybe. One unit's going to have to make the dash. That's the problem. Where's the best... area to make a dash. I would say the shortest, right? Like here. But then that means that unit, I would have to have a unit here, here to lay down covering fire. So let's do this. I don't know how to do the waypoints. I totally forgot. All right, what if I hold down shift? Oh, if I, okay. They have low morale. What are you talking about? Too far. All right, let's go. Okay, whatever. It doesn't have low morale. Look at that. It has 1-3. It's like 80% morale. How are they low? Enemy it. What happened? What happened? What happened? Can I creep? Okay, so they're here. I wish there was a way I can tell them, like, to creep, you know, to, like, you know, you get on the deck and you kind of do that. All right, so I'm going to do, if I do the end turn. There they are. Sergeant Bennett says, as your men pass the word that they sighted a moment in the house, but those give them better cover than anything we got. Nearby the Empire with the clipboard makes a noise. Lengthy one. Jeez, I wonder if this is a real photo. I don't think this is AI. Dude, if this is... I don't think this is a fake photo. I don't think this is an AI photo. This looks very real. I wonder. Now, one thing you guys don't realize with AI, you can tell AI problems. Problems with the AI photos is with exaggeration. If you look at the face, certain things like maybe the lines here, like it would be like weird. It would look like that and then crease that way. Like the AI screws up. And I see everything looks good. The detail on the thing, I think this is a real photo. Give the men some direction. The umps will take your notes. Sergeant Bennett says, as your men prepare to take place, the revealed enemy under the crosshairs. Every little bit helps us to build up our fire against the enemy before they do the same to us. Left click to select the unit you want to have open fire, then right click on the enemy. Very easy. Okay. All right. So we know. Oh, flanked. Oh, because they're facing a different way. Oh, very cool. So check this out. What the heck is that? Check this out. Look at the other photo. Expected versus you. And those look like corsairs or commissars or whatever. The freaking guys from Europe, you know, from the World War I. Alright. And then it gives me your attack with initiative chance, bolster to improve. Net suppress 6, Emerald Grand. I have a BAR flanking. Okay, ooh, I like, there's a lot of stats in here. I like that. Shoot here if you are out of orders and end around turns. What other stuff can I do? Press, restores 1 unit. Hold fire. I can do change facing. I can do assault. We're not going to do that. We're going to right click. I can't believe I'm missing the sound. I know the Empire was pushing us forward, but our squad just opened fire without a plan. Sergeant Bennett says, I bet we could have get as good as those Jerrys if we had time to. Unsupervised and poorly invigorated fire likely resulting in little suppression. The Field Empire remarks and write something sharply. Ah, eat your clipboard, my friend. Whistle blows, exercise halts as the Empires go. Dude, I was going to use the other 2 squads to flank, dude. You didn't even give me a chance, dude. You didn't even give me 1 turn. Halt the exercise, Field Empire. I don't like the Field Empire. Can we trade the Field Empire to the enemy and I don't know, get a few Steins or maybe some, you know, Bratwurst in exchange? I don't know, because this guy's pissing me off. Barks formally, then signs the bottom of the page with the flourish. Lieutenant, you approached ahead and did not form up your platoon prior to attack. This would have resulted in some of your men killed and additional time wasted while you regroup for a proper assault against the now prepared enemy. Speed is of no value if there is insufficient. You told me I only have 2 turns. You're on this freaking clock. We will reset the exile and try again shortly. All right. Prestige is the measure of your influence with superior officers. Loyalty is the measure of your influence over the men. Ooh, I get 2. Ooh, plus 10 for trust. Trust is how much the men. Yeah, see to the men. Alright, Sergeant falls as you head back to your platoon. No matter what you chose, the umpire is going to find fault, Sergeant Bennett says. I like Sergeant Bennett. Sergeant Bennett's going to be my good to go. I'm assuming he's a staff sergeant because... By the way, that's Staff Sergeant Chevron. USA... What does this say? CANADA? USA Canada? I've never heard of that. Is that a U.S. Canadian unit? Sergeant Bennett says, like being married, but without the fun parts. I bet something was on the point of the less moving just one squad to have the others was a bad choice too. Can't deny that. I was moving them all simultaneously. You gotta move everything. One thing I learned is, especially in like, I guess in Civil War combat, American Revolution, right, is you gotta move all units simultaneously. All right, I think my kids are coming in, so I'm gonna wrap this up. We're gonna do part 2, right? We're gonna start from the beginning. Once I get my headset. Yeah, man. Moving just one squad was a bold choice, can't deny it. And if had been a badge, we've been saving lives. He's probably had to teach this lesson over and over again. Sergeant Bennett says dead wear on anybody. Sergeant Bennett replies, the field problems are supposed to teach us how to lead when things go. Maybe that's why there's no good... Alright. I gotta draw. Okay. At least I got a word here. Lace up your boondockers? Who says that? I'm assuming back in World War II they did. Alright. So... Exit before... Story continues. Game saved. Okay. So I'm gonna end it here. And then I'm going to do round 2, but I'm going to do it with headset because I'm missing everything. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I really like this. I can't wait to actually, I don't know, play a scenario, a campaign. Can't wait. Look at this animation. Dude, that takes some work right there. All right, guys. I will catch you guys in the next one. And hopefully tomorrow. Maybe tonight. Never know. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Catch you next one.